but it didn't turn red, so it didn't really work. I would have sucked.
It's been a little while since we screwed one of them up. It's always on a good one, too. Did you notice that?
Studded.
Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, we're cracking open a new bottle of Baker's 7-year single barrel.
We don't know if it's a good one. We can only.
Oh, we don't know. Well, because I said that in the beginning. I'm like, what are we going on a good one for? So, all right. So, Baker's went through a little transition recently because I'll start with the particulars. 107 proof, 7 years, 3 months. Now, I'll get into the thing. So, it was date barreled 12 of 2013. It's made by Jim Beam Suntory. It's supposed to be 77% corn, 13% rye, 10% malted barley. So, Baker's was kind of...
Baker Bean.
That's the kid's name. That's what it's named after. We went through that when we did this one. So this is what Baker's used to look like. This was the small batch. Now, the rumor was that they were getting rid of the small batch and they upgraded the bottle because obviously, I mean, if you're comparing bottles, this is much prettier than this one is. You know what I mean? So Baker's kind of had the bad rap because, you know, like Basil Hayden is always too less a low, but, you know, because Jim Beam's got the four of them. They got Basil Hayden, they got Knob Creek, they got the Suntory anyways. They got Baker's, and then they got Booker's. So Baker's was kind of like the hidden one. We'll put this down here for now because nobody really wanted a Baker's because, you know, you pay a couple more dollars and you can get a Booker's and you get a nice little box and stuff like that. And this is the second improvement.
How much was that?
Or you pay a little bit less money and you get a Knob Creek, and Knob is great, you know? Not that Basil Hayden ever did that. So now, in theory, with the upgrade, in theory, this one is supposed to be $49 MSRP, and this one is now up to like $69, $70 MSRP because of the upgrade and all this stuff. But we found it, we got this one for pretty good. I found this one for $49.99 when I got it. So I dove on it like a fumbling football, and I was like, I'm throwing elbows. Nobody's taking this from me. So I have never seen one of these in a while. This is the only one I ever saw.
I only see this now.
So I pounced on it. In theory, the way I understand, and the internet does not lie, so it's got to be true, they were phasing away from the small batch, and they were moving them to the single barrel so they could charge a little bit more, and it's prettier. They made it prettier bottle. We're going to see if they taste anything alike. That was a nice little pop. Or if they, if it's better or it's worse. But this has actually been in a little Santa sack for a while over there. You have found a couple of the small batch.
Yes.
This kind, yes.
Yeah.
But this is the only one of these I've ever seen. And I've never seen one of these. You found
So
it
I
in
got
one
two
store.
different stores, actually.
Right.
One of them has 3 and one of them has 2 left.
Right. So the ones in, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I understand it is they're getting away from the small batch. They're doing single barrel because they can charge a little bit more, and they made a prettier bottle. So that is what's going to happen in theory on that.
He signs his name on every one of them.
To try to bring, yeah, so it's named after, and I believe I said it, it's named after him.
Baker Bean.
The Baker Bean. The whole series of that is. This was the last one we couldn't find. That's how long it took us. We had a Basil Hayden, a Knob, and a Booker's relatively early. These were like, couldn't find them anywhere.
I think there's 4 or 5 Basil Haydens. We've only
There
done
is.
the one.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. There are probably some good ones out there. We can always, but you know what it is?
I think it was toasted. I had out. It's not bad.
But it's so pricey for the proof. That's the only thing that kills me. You know what I mean? If you're gonna start spending, I mean, that's the problem with buying alcohol or buying whiskey in general. I mean, there's a lot of decent whiskeys, but some of them are really getting up there in the price. And then when you stop and think about it, you know, like I said to you the other day, that's all well and good. But when you can score a stag for $43, that puts a lot of competition on anything over $40. You know what I mean? When you start paying $60, $70, then that better bring it. You know, not that you can usually get it for that. That's still, I think, the best buy so far this year. But it has a great nose.
It's got a pretty good. Wait till you taste it.
That might just be the best proof, 107. Like, that's just a nice, happy, that has a ton of flavor. That is still on my tongue.
Oh.
Still on my tongue.
No, yeah. Well, I told you, wait
Like
till you taste it.
that is actually really good. I, for one, will say, I spilled it, but I will say, to start off, I love the new bottle. I think it's a huge upgrade. I don't like the fact that the price tag went up, but in our case, we paid less for that one than we did that one. So it's supposed to be, the way I read it, the small batch was supposed to be like a $49 price tag. This one's around a $69, $70 price tag. I mean, when you compare bottles, you can't, I don't even think you can compare.
I think that's going to be our going price really is going to be the $60 because I think that's in both stores.
No, it is what it is. I mean, you know, certain bottles, again, especially if they're phasing them out, they're not even, you know what I mean? They're going to make their money because they're going away, you know, but we might as well compare anyways. I figured you wanted to do that, right?
No, I don't want to do such a thing.
Keep that on the right. But just to see if, you know, because being a single barrel now, it's going to be like getting a Blanton's. It's hit or miss. You know what I mean? Right, you could have a good barrel, you could have a bad barrel. I can say right now, our barrel is pretty darn good so far. Because this is delicious. And again, what was it? Did it have a batch on it too? It was the date barrel was 2013.
It didn't say. I don't think it said a batch.
I mean, I don't even think it's close. You can leave a comment down below if you think they should have stayed. I mean, is it worth the extra $20? Yeah, we'll see. But I think the argument to that is that the one good thing with a small batch is they control the flavor. So it's kind of more uniform. All the batches taste the same because they're putting in what they need to make it taste the way it tastes. Where a single barrel is hit or miss, but that's kind of the fun of getting one. Then you can get multiple ones. And then, you know, if they do taste different, you can figure out which one you like better. Well, it could be just because I just poured this one, but I'm getting a little more of the caramel on this one so far.
I think it's because I didn't drink this one, but I agree.
That's what I just, yeah, and that one sat in the glass a little bit more, but.
Not sad with that flavor either. It's got a nice little oaky finish.
That was very good too.
To me, they're not that far off. I don't know.
I have to go back to the first one. I think this one seemed to drink easier, so right off the bat, like it wasn't as. But then again, this was the first sip of the day too, so you got to give me a minute on that. I'm gonna re. No, there's more. To me, I get a lot more oak coming out of this one, and it seems more. It sat on my tongue more. Hit me on the sides of the tongue this time too. I'm gonna go back to the other one again, but you get that beautiful caramel flavor in the beginning.
It almost
as
seems
you're
like this
drinking
one
it down,
even hits you a little bit harder.
I was just gonna say it's still in my chest. Like I gotta wait.
I'm not sad with that one.
No, I drank right after it on this one, and that was good. But this, I agree. That's what I was gonna say.
It's starting to come around in yellow.
The oiliness, the viscosity, I'll say, because I can say that word. Oiliness didn't sound right, but it seemed to coat a little bit better, and it definitely seems like it wants to bring me a sweeter little hug. You know what I mean? For 107 proof, it actually brought it down further than the small batch did.
Again, if you can get them for this price, I would say get it. And if you're not the proof guy, drop the Cuban in.
No, definitely. This one, to me, definitely, it coats more. It sits on my tongue more. I'm going to swash it around a little bit. This one kind of drinks super flavorful. Don't get me wrong, the small batch is delicious, but it doesn't seem to envelop my mouth as much as
I had a bigger sip that time, and it holds on. And you can feel it.
Don't get me wrong, 6 of 1, half a dozen of it. These are both delicious.
Right, we are.
Both, I'm nitpicking the heck out of this. Would I buy either one of them? Yes. Do I like the $49 price tag over the whatever this was? What was it? $59? Yes. Can you find it for this?
I was going to say.
Probably not. This was.
I haven't even seen it in a store.
Ironically, this was the store that I wasn't going to shop in, and I went into, and I'm always angry at because they have like Weller 12 behind the glass for $399, another one. So it was almost a bittersweet victory to me when I came home and I realized that they had this one marked as what that one's supposed to be. And when you bought that one, they had that one marked what this one was supposed to be. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
This has a nice crisp oak finish to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you are. I think you're right. It is.
I think that's what's adding to that
it is
extra
easier.
flavor. I thought this one actually sat down. I think it envelops your mouth better. I think the flavor lasts longer. The small batch is delicious. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
But this one, I'm going to say a word, and it's not what I don't mean it water-esque, but this one seems thinner. The small batch to me drinks easier, drinks softer to me. It doesn't coat as much. It lasts as long in my mouth. Where this one jumps on my tongue and throws little spiky things the whole way down and stays with me a little bit longer. Do I love both of them? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Yes.
Would I eat either one of them again? Yes, I would. Do I, right now, this barrel, do I prefer this one? Yes, I think it's a little more aggressive, and I think it just, not only is the nose, to me, it's a little darker. Like this, I don't want to say fruity because I'm not really getting a fruit, but it's a softer nose. Like this one kind of brings more of the dark caramel, almost like a molasses type of a hang on with this one. It just seems like a deeper, darker.
Very good.
They're both delicious, absolutely. I do like that 107 proof too.
I was just gonna say too, for as much as everybody's chasing this, it's good.
Yep.
But it's 59, 69 almost everywhere I go lately.
And up.
It's
been
There was actually, what I tell you, it was 99.99 or whatever.
It was 150 at two stores.
So
that same store that had this one, it had that.
And they're like, well, do you have that letter? At this point, I don't really give a rat's ass about a letter. We're not trying to spell blatant, so who cares?
I would love to, but I'm not willing to pay. Not only that, even MSRP. It's a pretty bottle, and I believe Stuff and Whiskey said it best. This is a $30 whiskey and a $30 bottle. You know what I mean? For $60.
No,
because the whiskey inside isn't okay. $59 we paid for that, or $43 for Stag.
Oh no,
it's not even a question.
No,
you know what I mean?
Or even worse, and we haven't done it yet, is at the liquor store that I go to regularly, the E.H. Taylor is less money than that. Which I was dumbfounded. $13 less actually.
Yeah.
So,
but it's and again. But that's because you got it and we're giving up secrets. You got that at a decent price.
It's even cheaper where we're going.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't grab that one, and we're gonna. I will be grabbing that one.
They did punch me and said you should have called us first.
I will be grabbing that one. But still, that's the game, And it's funny, things seem to come. Like we're actually doing really good. We've yet to go on secondary. We actually will pass up bottles if we think they're too pricey. But some of them, it's like, we're going to grab it because we've never seen it. Now, we've been doing this for months now. And some bottles you just don't see. So when you finally see them, you're like, what's MSRP? Should we get one? And then when we do buy it, it seems the next store he goes to has the same thing for like $20 less.
It's almost like, they truck it in and everybody is like, oh, look what we have for you. I'm like, oh, I just bought it. I just bought one. Well, what you pay? Oh, how much is yours?
Yeah, because you did that with, I think it was the Elijah Craigs you did that with. Remember, you couldn't find them, and then all of a sudden we find them all. You can't find something, and then all of a sudden you find them all.
Like the larceny, the stores either have it or they don't.
Yeah.
Even like regular larceny. It's like, that's almost like the hidden one that I don't know. Maybe it's not a big seller up in this area, but I say in this area.
Mm-hmm. I really don't hate either one of these. I will stick to my guns, though. I think this one just hangs a little bit longer. I think it actually gives me a little bit more hug. I think I like our single barrel better than the small batch. That's not to say if we get another one, I would. But this one,
but it'd be interesting. But I've yet to see one.
Again, that's why. Honestly, when I seen it, and this goes back to a long time ago when he's like, loser didn't get the horsey bottle, didn't get the horsey bottle. I saw this one, and I did. I grabbed it off the shelf, and I was like, Ryan, let's go. We got to go. Come on. Before I even knew what the price was, I was like, nope. I'm throwing elbows, I'm boxing out. I'm like, nobody's getting this bottle. And then I realized, I was like, man, that doesn't seem like it should be the right price. I'm like, I don't care, I'm buying it because I've never seen a Baker's on the shelf. So now I got tunnel vision, and I think I grabbed one other one because there was another one that I was like, I know this one for some reason. It seemed cheap, so I just grabbed it. I'm like, let's go. Ran up, paid, we got out of there. And afterwards, when I was home, I was like, oh, I forgot the horsey bottle. And that's what it was. So in my defense, I did run out with a gem, but I did run out. That's the key.
It's almost like last night's story.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, it's one of them. I will say that people say, you know, like that. Some people have bad things to say about Baker's because it was always kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the family. You know what I mean? Because again, it was a boring bottle and it's got a little bee on it. What is it, Batman and stuff? I mean, I love the bottle. I love everything, but damn, this proof and the flavor is outrageous.
Yeah, because we actually were going back and forth.
Really good.
He had gotten this one, showed it to me. I'm like, I'm at a store now, and it doesn't look anything like yours. He's like, well, it's got to be the same. I'm like, it doesn't look anything like yours.
Well, because it says 107.
So we're swapping pictures back and
Right.
forth. He's like, it's got to be the same stuff. I'm like, it doesn't.
But I knew mine said single barrel and that one didn't. So then when you do the research, then you figure out what's going on. But either one of them are absolutely delicious. But
It's back to we're both still rookies on this. You know, there's a lot of pretty bottles that jump out, and
it's definitely, there's a learning curve.
we
that
keep
goes
buying
on.
them.
Yeah.
Different stuff that I will say, angles and colors do work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, price somewhat, but
This is one of them bottles. So you're up there in the price point. So $50 to me, this is worth every penny.
50, 60. So
Either way,
right.
right. So when you're in that range, you know, I want to say, yeah. Can you get a knob for a little bit? Yes. Yeah. Is this hanging as much as knob? Yes. Is it the proof a little bit more? Yes.
Other than specialty,
other than a store pick,
picks,
yeah. But I can see, to me, this is one of the few.
Shitting on this.
There are people like that this
Everyone's
is
got their opinion.
you know. But there are a lot of people that don't like Bookers. Right? We happen to be huge fans of Bookers, but I get it because when you get that knob store pick at 120 proof for $40-something is absolutely phenomenal, and I get that. I see if you're looking to save the buck, straight up buy that. This is bringing
Neat packaging though.
That's the difference, and this is bringing a ton of flavor too. I would buy another one if I could find it. Would I go up much higher than we paid? No. I really do. I like the bottle.
I don't think we're kind of at that $100 stingy. If it's there, I don't know.
We haven't.
That's like the max. We have gone that high once.
We haven't gone over yet though.
No, we have not.
No, so it's just been one of them things.
$99.99.
That one hasn't come out yet, but again, we're still trying to stay. I mean, we've been doing this now,
But we found some
hidden
better
parts of
places
a year,
to go. So
10
thank
months.
you to all the people that both him and I talk to now on a regular basis, and literally they're excited. Oh, are you interested in this?
I'll say more him. He's been hitting hard, but no, it's good to see, and it just goes to show, and we
And they
touched
watch the
on
show, so thank you.
And it is all about rapport. You can't just go kicking in a liquor store door and like, give me your pappy, bring it on. You know what I mean? You got to kind of know, but it's nice to see that. But it's a give and take.
Luckily for us, we have like 3 good sized liquor stores, and all 3 bring in their own barrel picks, which is
an
really
immediate area because there are others, but like relatively
right
close by. Correct.
within 15 miles. Not having to go to Connecticut, not having to go to New Hampshire. They're here. I mean, granted, your state liquor stores got their own barrel picks too, but it's a truck.
Yeah.
For right here with their little Eskimo, we're kind of more secluded. Our towns are spread out more than packed in, so for that, it's pretty good.
No, absolutely. I agree. I don't have one bad thing to say.
I was
about
gonna
this.
say we're gonna have to wrap this.
No.
Or we're gonna have to have more.
No,
so.
I know. I was looking at that. Again,
One more story and it's coming out.
no, I have nothing negative at all. This is as good as I had hoped it was going to be. It's been over there for a little while, and I've been like trying to save it for a special occasion. And it's Thursday. That you can't get any more special than that. So there it is. So there you go. There is our Baker's single barrel review.
Happy Thursday.
And again, if you can get it for around that price, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. Me personally, this works for me a little bit more, but the next single barrel might not.
No, I agree. It's
Packaging,
very, very
100% that goes to this. Flavor and taste actually goes to this on this one, but either way. So there you go.
Not that this is a sad. That's not
No,
a sad
that-
one either. If
that
you
is
can find that one, it's not going to hurt your feelings either.
Yeah, because right out of the gate, if you didn't drink this one first, that's absolutely phenomenal.
I think we said that.
Yep, absolutely phenomenal. So there you go. There is our Baker's review, which wraps up the Jim Beam Suntory collection of all the things that come out of there so far. So, and it's really not a bad one out of any of them either. So,
No.
the only thing we almost had something that was the price on the basil. But all right, he's gonna say, "Need more." Here comes the horsey. So, there you go.
It's coming close.
Those of you that are watching, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to all our subscribers, everyone who's following, commenting. We appreciate every one of them. So spend less, drink more. Cheers.
That's pretty damn good.